What is going on, guys? Tyler from Death Valley Mining, and as you can see, I bought more GPUs, and not the typical GPUs you see me buy. These aren't 30 series. You're probably wondering, why the heck are you buying 580s? Why are you buying 1070s? What's up with the 5500 and 5700 XTs? Well, I'm going to tell you why. This was a deal that just made sense, and I'm going to break some numbers down to you, but the main reason I bought this deal was for these four cards right here. These are for RX 6800 XTs that have never even been used. I opened this. This is the first time this card has ever seen the light of day. Brand new, and so are these other three. So the story is, this guy mined during Ethereum, like a lot of you guys probably did, bought his 580s, bought his 1070s, was mining on his 5700s and 5500s. Things were great. Ordered some 6800 XTs when they first came out, had them on the way. And right when they were on their way is when Ethereum went proof of stake. And when that happened, the moment these arrived, he put them on a shelf and never even opened them. That's where I come along. I found this deal on Facebook Marketplace, and I want to talk to you guys about an opportunity that I don't think a lot of people are talking about right now, and that is buying and reselling GPUs prior to this bull run market. Now, what did I pay for all this? I paid $1,900 for all of this all in. And I'm going to tell you why I think that was such a good deal. Number one, all of this stuff is in pretty dang good condition. As you can see here, this is an RX 580, and I have 11 of this Strix Gaming RX 580 model. We go to 1070s. It's a bit more sporadic. I've got an MSI card up here, and then I've got, Strix Gaming, G1 gigabyte cards. There's even a turbo card in there. An EVGA card, which is really cool. I've got a couple P&Y cards over here. And then this was a surprise that I didn't even know. The 5500 XT you see here, this one is used. But when I opened the other three 5500 XTs, these are brand new. They've literally never been used. I've also got a 5700 XT that's the same way. And I have another one that I actually just sold. I already sold one of the 5700 XTs. I sold it for 160 bucks, brand new. And so I actually only have $1,740 into the GPs you see here. So we're going to go ahead and flip to my computer now, and I want to kind of break down the numbers and explain a little bit more about the opportunity that I think arises right now with the ability to purchase hardware before the bull run, and also kind of more about my thought process on why I went ahead and purchased this GPU lot. Let's take a look here. So what I've done is I've created this quick sheet here that kind of just breaks down, what cards I have, the quantity I have, and then, like I said, give a rough idea of being really conservative on what I think I can get for these cards. So let's go down the list. So I've got 15 RTX 1070s, and looking on eBay, it looks like I can get around $80 a piece for those if I really just wanted to sell them. Again, I'm trying to be extremely conservative on the values that I'm putting here, and I'm going to explain at the end here why that is. So for RX 580s, I have 11 of those, and from what I can see, those have gone up a lot. If you guys watched my GPU price increase video from about a couple weeks ago, I talked about how these have gone up, and sometimes they're selling for $80 to $90 a piece. Who knows if that'll continue? So at $60 a unit, I think, again, considering I have all the original packaging, these are in really good condition, I can go ahead and easily get 60 bucks here. Again, just being super conservative. For 5500 XTs, I have 3 of them that are brand new. I think super easily I can get $100 for those. The one that's used, I can get 84. There's some that are selling for $100 used, so I have no problem thinking I can get these values here. For the 5700 XTs, I have 2 of those. I now only actually have one because I already sold one for 160 bucks. So I know I can get that again. The guy didn't even budge at it, and I know for a fact that I can go ahead and get that again. So I only have one of these left, but these two 5700 XTs, I'm confident that I can get 160 for that. And then the one used one I have is a Sapphire Nitro, and I can get 125 for that. It looks like they're going for anywhere from 140 to 150. The 1050, that's actually a cheap GPU. It looks like sometimes it goes for $60, $50, so 40 bucks, pretty conservative there. Now here is the kicker. So these 4 RX 6800 XTs. So this again is the whole point for why I did this. These are valued anywhere from $300 to $400. So I could have put them right there in the middle at $350. Considering the 3 of them are still brand new and sealed, I could probably get closer to $450 for them if I wanted. But again, like I said in the beginning of this video, that is not my intention at all for these cards. And the reason I bought this lot is so that I could sell the other GPUs to cover the cost of those 4 RX 6800 XTs so that I can ultimately keep those and mine them for myself. So let's take a look and see if that is going to be realistic. So my cost basis is $1,900 for the whole lot. There's a total of 38 GPUs. 1,900 divided by 38 gives me an average cost per unit of $50. And then my value per unit is around $108.55. So if I was to sell all of these GPUs, I could more than double my money, which is great. You know, I've always said that you don't make money when you sell something, you make money when you buy something, right? If you buy something right, ultimately you're going to make money on that. It really just depends on how patient you are and what your method for selling is. So what I want to do though is, like I said, I'm not planning on selling these 4 cards. So if we take those out, you can see here that brings my value per unit down to $80, which is expected considering that these 4 6800 XTs are the most expensive part of the entire lot, but still over what I paid. And keep in mind that this $50 per unit is including these 4 6800s. So I'm already factoring in the cost for those 4, even though I'm not selling them. So that gets me to $27.25 expected value after I sell the remaining cards that I plan on liquidating. And that means that even with keeping the 4 6800 XT cards, I'm still going to put probably roughly about $825 into my pocket, which is great. That tells me that I made the right decision, and I made a good purchase when negotiating the price of this lot. Okay, so now let's talk about, is that my plan? Is my plan to sell all these cards right now? And the answer is probably not. Some of them, yes, I will, but some of them I might hold on to, and here's why. So if we go to HashRate, if you don't use this tool, it's a great tool on how to calculate, you know, the rough profitability of all your GPUs. So let's take a look at these cards, right? 1070, for example. If we've got this at 10 cent electric, we go ahead and calculate this. You can see that right now, this is about break even at 10 cent electric, okay? Now there's only one of them, Conceal, which to be honest, I have no idea what that is. But some of these other ones like Zealous, Dynex, some of these more multiple coins, they're currently losing a few cents, which is understandable. But let's say you have 8 cent per kilowatt hour, okay? Now all of a sudden, you've got 2 of these coins that are profitable. So do I think that this is something that people are mining with right now? Absolutely not. It wouldn't make sense unless you have free power. But in the bull run, when we expect mining to maybe 3-4x on what a GPU is capable of mining, could we see a 1070 that could be 10 cents profitable a day? I don't know. Well, the time will tell. But what would that do to the price of a GPU or a price of a 1070? Let's look at a 5700 XT at 10 cent per kilowatt hour. Go ahead and calculate that here. 5700 XT is currently profitable on multiple coins. It's profitable on Raven coins, Zealous, Carlson, Chlor, Telestai, and a couple of these other coins I'm not sure of, but Chlor, Carlson, Zealous, and Raven coin, that's 4 coins that are very reputable and well known in the mining community. And all 4 of those cards are currently profitable on a 5700 XT. Let's take a look at a 5500 XT. Again, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 coins, including NiceHash, again, Flux, Carlson, Ravencoin, Chlor, Ironfish, that are currently profitable on a 5500 XT. The 580, I'm guessing this one's probably going to be losing money, but we'll take a look. Yeah, so this one's currently losing money. Let's see what you'd have to be break even on a RX 580. Okay, you're even losing a couple cents at 8 cents. So you'd have to have really low electric or free power for it to make sense on an RX 580. Yeah, so you're break even at 7 cents, which hardly anybody has 7 cent electric. So I don't think that's realistic at all. But if we look at what this generates, it generates about 12 to 15 cents, depending on the algorithm you're mining. If that was to double, could an RX 580 become profitable again? You know, the golden standard during the Ethereum mining days a few years back. Could this be a profitable GPU again? Who knows? But what would that do to the price of these GPUs? Could we see a $125, $130, $140 RX 580? Could we see a $150, $160 RTX 1070? I don't know. But what my plan is I'm going to go ahead and sell all of my RX 580s, given that those are currently the cards that are not profitable at all. And I think that even if they do become profitable, they're probably not going to be as valuable as some of the cards like the 5500 XT or the 5700 XTs that are actually already profitable but become significantly profitable, right? If one of those, 3X's as far as what it's mining on a daily basis, that's basically what we would be looking at on current profitability on like a RTX 3060 Ti or a 3070. And we can see those right now are going from anywhere from $250 to $300. So could a 5700 XT get above that $200 price point as it would be currently mining what a 3070 is mining today? Who knows? But that's a bet that I'm willing to take. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, my plan is I'm going to go ahead and sell off my RX 580s. I'm probably going to sell off my 1070s. And then I might sit on those 5500s and those 5700 XTs. Like I said, I only have 6 of them or 7 of them, so I'm not sitting on a ton, but I think I can get out of my investment with just selling my 1070s and my RX 580s. So that is ultimately what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna be making a video, making a mining rig out of those 6800 XTs. If we go back into hash rate and here and we look at a 6800 XT, and I have 4 of those, and we go ahead and put in my electric rate of 8 cents, and we go ahead and calculate this here. This is currently several coins where it's mining $2.25, $2 a day at over $1 profit. And keep in mind, that's only 4 cards. So if you had let's see, if you had 8 of these, I mean, this is currently better than a 8-card 3070 rig. And the big thing that, kind of is the reason I ultimately want to keep these cards is because the coins or the algorithms that these 6800 XTs are most profitable on are coins that I'm currently not mining because it doesn't make sense to do so with the 3070s or any of the NVIDIA cards. So Ravencoin, Clore, Zano, some of these other coins, Flux, that are really good on AMD cards. AMD just hasn't been great, but a lot of these algorithms, Kapow algorithms, they're pretty good on AMD cards. And so that is something that I want to get into more of. And so I think that from selling this lot, I can go ahead and not only maybe put a little bit of money in my pocket, but also have these 6800 XTs that I can mine on and not have to worry about because I don't have anything into them. Alrighty, and the last thing I want to talk about is just the state of the market and GPU mining as a whole and where I think we're heading. So I wanted to look at GPU mining currently as a search term on Google Trends, and this looks at the last 5 years. And obviously you can see this is during the last bull run. Things were going crazy, Ethereum was proof of work, and everything was going insane. Do I think that we're going to have this crazy upswing in GPU mining interest again in this hopefully imminent next bull run that we're hopefully all of us are crossing our fingers that we're going into now? No, I don't think it's going to be as extreme as this. I think that a lot of people that mined in the last bull run will not come flocking back getting into GPU mining again. But I do think there will be a significant spike, not as severe as the one we saw in 2021, but I still think there will be an increase compared to where we're at now. And honestly, I'm a example of that. I have not mined and did not mine in the Ethereum mining days. I thought about it and I watched people in the space and in the community, but I did not personally have a mining rig up until the last year or so. So I think that there are still new people getting into the hobby of GPU crypto mining. And I think there will be an influx of new people, but also people that maybe have equipment that's kind of been sitting around that they're ultimately going to go ahead and turn on, which gets me to my last point, and that is I think there is a untapped market right now and really some big opportunities for exactly what I showcased in today's video. And that is there is a lot of people that, like we can see on the chart here, back in 2021, got into GPU mining heavily. They were spending thousands of dollars on GPUs, hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not that. Like for example, the guy that I bought this off the other day, he spent over $600 for those RX 580s, and those 6800 XTs, he bought those brand new right when Ethereum went proof of stake, got them delivered a couple days after that happened, put them on the shelf and didn't even touch them. He lost a ton of money on all of that hardware, right? I don't know what he mined, so maybe he'd broken even. Maybe that's why he wasn't as sour about it, because he had made his money prior to Ethereum going proof of stake. But I know, because this is the second time that I've bought a large lot of GPUs off of somebody that mined during the Ethereum proof of work days and just put all their equipment on a shelf when it went proof of stake and hasn't looked at it since and just wants it gone. Okay, this listing was listed for $3,500 and I got it for $1,900. I'm not gonna say that's gonna be the case every time, but I truly do believe that there's an opportunity right now where there's a lot of people that are sitting on hardware that they don't really wanna look at anymore. They've got a sour taste about it. And that is number one, why I think we're not gonna see as many people getting into it this time, because I think there was a lot of people that got burned on GPU mining during the last bull run, but I still think there's enough interest from new people like myself that have come into the space, as well as people that have kept their hardware and held on to it, that will eventually turn their rigs back on, if not they're already on. That's gonna do it for today, guys. I really appreciate you guys watching. If you like this style of video, you wanna see more like this, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next one.